I'm with Nick Nanton, who's the author of Story Selling. And Nick, first of all, why do we need a story? Especially if we're in business, we're a small business owner, growing company.
Sure. So first of all, I always tell people your brand is simply your story. People will try to convolute it and make it all complicated, but that's really what it is. And in today's environment where it's so hard to know who to trust because anyone can put up a website, anyone can build a fake Twitter following. At the end of the day, people just really want to know, what's your story? Where'd you come from? Why would you be the most uniquely suited person in the marketplace to help me? And if you don't tell people your story, they'll never know that.
Or they'll make up their own story.
Absolutely. If you don't brand yourself, people will brand you for yourself.
Yeah, so you've got to control that. Obviously, video is a great way to do that. And how long a video do I need?
It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If I'm trying to get you to build credibility online or in front of an audience, before I speak or do something, probably 2.5 minutes, right. You're topping out. But we've used videos, 90 minutes in order to make a case for something. It's just how complex is the subject, how interested is my audience. You can't expect someone to walk in the door or get an email, the same equivalent, watch a 90-minute video just without building any trust. So really, there's no absolute length, but I would say for most uses online and quick marketing hits and that sort of stuff, 3 to 5 minutes is probably your limit.
Yeah, and I love that line you had. It's not about being too long, you just can't be boring.
Exactly. Can't be too long, just too boring. And we see that in every medium. I remember my business partner, Jack, the first time he brought me a sales letter by Jay Abraham. Yeah. It was 100 pages long. I'm like, there's no way anyone would read that. 100 pages to buy something? He's like, just read the first couple pages. I got to the end, I wanted to buy. Because when they suck you in, it's something you want. People often will tell me, well, like direct mail won't work in my industry. I'm like, well, why? Well, because it's too much noise. I'm like, well, okay, so if someone put something in the mail that said, respond and you'll make $1 million, and you really believed it, you would respond. So direct mail does work. You just have to give people value in exchange for their time.
Now, there are various standard plots that the movie industry has used for years, but there are 4 that you find work best. And, can you just briefly touch on each one of those 4 and remind us as business owners that these stories are within our own companies?
They're around us all every day. So first one is overcoming the monster. So overcoming the monster in the fictional science fiction movies is, there's this beast you're battling, but in all of our lives daily, it could be debt. It could be, we've all heard the story of, the company almost went under, or it did go under and I came back stronger, or we were fighting regulation. Our mutual friend Peter Diamandis, when he did the zero-G flights, he had to fight the regulators for like 9 years in order to get the FAA to approve the zero-G flights. So overcoming the monster is any big obstacle you have to overcome. And if you persevere enough to overcome it, and even the harder it is, the more people respect you because they know you believe in it that much that they should obviously believe in it too. Yeah. Then you've got rags to riches. You got that story in many, many places. Had nothing, became everything. Another variation on that is that this division was had nothing, and there was no funding for it, and it made its way out, and now it's Microsoft Windows or whatever.
Or this
product, whatever it could be. There's a bunch of different ways, just to use the conceptual same plot. You've got the quest, where the hero is on a quest to do something great. They're searching for something, they're seeking something, and they overcome all odds to do it. Again, in fantasy, you see this all the time. But in the real world, this happens, again, all the time. And some of us have businesses where they just said it couldn't be done. You can't think of it that way. There's too much regulation, whatever it might be, and you overcome it. And again, by that tenacity, you overcome the barriers, the obstacles, and it's seemingly like you suspend all other things in order to accomplish a single laser-focused goal. And that's
so these purpose-driven companies,
yes,
which have been very powerful and in the news.
That's a great point.
And the fourth one?
And the fourth one is rebirth. So after every tragedy, there's rebirth. We all see it in our local papers. There's a guy who's developing big, and the paper's covering him. Then they love nothing more than to tear the guy down when something goes wrong. But what they really love even more is to build him back up once things get back on track. People love a great story of rebirth because it truly, no matter how crotchety or whatever we are, we love a comeback. We love to know that anybody can rise from the ashes.
Yeah, Apple. Highest market cap company now today.